welcome. A while back I promised a whole director's view kind of video, and I really don't think I'm able to do that perfectly, so I want to make a video like this, go through some of the console commands I use. So for starters, I don't like this outfit, and my feet are pretty cold. Let's start with the basics. Help, and we're going to use spawn an outfit and then an NPC. So help Nox, because I want to spawn the Nox outfit. So player dot, there's 3 different ways of doing this. Typing player dot is basically the exact same as clicking yourself. I just prefer player dot so I know the console command's going to hit me. Player dot, place at me, and then the Nox outfit. I'm looking for address 29000D631. So there's one way to get the outfit. The second way is to add it to your inventory, add item, and the third way is to equip it on you. Equip item. That's so well and grand, but we still need a pair of socks, don't we? Nox stockings. Console menu is different. The number 29, that's based on your load order, so that will usually change depending on how you have things ordered. So that's better. We got a comfy pair of boots on, nice stockings, and our dress. Let's go ahead and spawn an NPC. Help Solda, as in Solda. Player.place at me 13 Bab. That'll spawn
What are you doing that
Isolda.
for? You need to leave.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're damn right. Get out. Go on. Be gone. Console command disable removes things from the environment. As long as I have used all the clicked here, I can type enable and bring her back, but no. Goodbye for now. If I click on a distant NPC and remove the player dot part, I can have the NPC spawn over there.
You need to leave.
Really? Why must you be so rude? You're supposed to be my favorite NPC. How could you? So, that's spawning outfits, items, and NPCs. If we do the whole equip item and just remove the player part, by clicking an NPC, we can put them in the outfit. So she's now wearing the stockings and stuff. Next console command, toggle free cam. Free camera, but it's extreme. Basically just gives you a camera to float around in, but it's very fast. So we're going to use set UFO cam speed multiplier 1, and that'll give us a much more reasonable speed to float around with. You know yourself, a free cam lets you do interesting things. By setting, you can use decimal points. You can set it to be even slower. Get even more interesting kind of vibes. If you do toggle free cam again, I'll take you out of it. If you do toggle free cam 1, it'll freeze time. Sometimes that happens where it likes to use that. So just make sure you're doing 1 and not an exclamation point. And that way we can get a nice big action shot and not an underwear shot. Yeah, screenshot, that's a screenshot right there. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. So if we can like that again, and we're back down to the ground. Other console commands. TC. You can use this to assume control of NPCs, move them around and position them. If you need the player to stay put, click on the player and type TC as well. Camera's a little funky, so experiment with it, but if you do TC on the player, you can then stop them from moving around whilst you position Spriggan. You can't really sprint, jump, or kind of attack normally with this. It's purely more for just positioning them. And you can do it on multiple NPCs. So yeah, have fun figuring this kind of stuff out. So yeah, cast it on them again to take or remove control. Toggle AI is a good one if you want to freeze them in spot. You cast it on them, they don't move. Sorry, revolver. Good if you need them to stand still. If you cast Toggle AI whilst not clicking anyone, that basically stops them from thinking. They're not going to move around or do much. Well, they'll move around to face you, but they're not going to like walk around or sit down or do things like that. Let's move on to the moment you've all probably been waiting for. We're gonna need to spawn a dummy of ourselves. Player place at me 7 1. Spawn one clone of ourselves. Oh, that's just uncalled for. So now click our doppelganger, our clone. Trust nobody, not even yourself. And we're gonna get to the good stuff. Cast FE002B68. That's the spell we're gonna cast. Next we need to set the target FF000F24. Then where the spell comes from. You can choose left, right, or voice. I just say stick with right. Now if we cast this at the moment, this NPC is going to try and eat themselves, and it's not as cool as it sounds because nothing's going to happen. They're not going to like stuff their arm in their mouth and just try and, you know, suck. So we're going to click back to our player, ourselves, and then we're going to hit cast. Since this is a hostile spell, an attempt will be rolled to see if it's a successful attempt. There we go. Thing to notice here, the frame rate dying. This is due in part to the outfit. It's not designed for devourment, so it kind of doesn't work.
Speed.
But, well, before we have a fatality, let's regurgitate. Now, yeah, so the outfit, it's not designed for devourment, so when you have a belly, the frame rate just dies like that. Next thing I want to do here is, say you want to click an NPC that's behind all this stuff, and you can't. I'm in the way, the explosion effect's in the way. Click roughly where they are, and then scroll your mouse wheel. And we should see there. Disable. And that should just about cover everything. Yeah. So we'll just do one or two more things, then we'll close the video off. Next thing is teleportation console commands. I like to head to Riverwood because it's the quickest for me to type out and the easiest to remember. Cell console commands require COC Riverwood, and away we get teleported. Fingers crossed this works. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So we're now at Riverwood. Wood. It's raining. Miserable. So, one or two other console commands and then we'll be done. Player.set AV health 500. We'll set our health to 500. AV, you can, well, I mean the health part there. You can choose health, stamina, magicka, destruction, restoration. It's the variable kind of spell. It's the variable kind of number. So you can put anything in there. Health, magicka, stamina, destruction. It's the number, it's the thing you use to change numbers around basically. Final thing then will be giving ourselves a perk. Help. Novice Destruct. You can type in Novice Destruction if you want, but a short enough version of it should be good enough. Player.add perk F2CA 8. There we go. Perk was added. Go out of the menu, go back into it, and we got the perk. And that should pretty much cover everything, I think. One silly thing to mention is I don't recommend using console commands in normal gameplay because it can lead to broken things. The reason I use them in my videos so much is the characters are generally short term and it's not that hazardous to a long term character. And also player.add item F 1000. F is the code for money. Same in Fallout. In Skyrim it's gold, in Fallout it's bottle caps. And that just about covers everything then. So Ask me questions if you have any questions about console commands, and I'll try and answer them as best I can, but that's a crash course on what I do behind the scenes. And yes, I edit it out, in case it's not painfully obvious. I edit it out so it looks like I didn't use console commands behind the scenes. But that's that. Thanks very much for watching, and let me show you my final favorite console command, QQQ. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.